Hello viewer, welcome to the session of MS Excel Macro 2010. In this session we will see the range find method in VBA, filter the data set and copy special cell value and paste it in another set. So the range find method has the following options, like when you use the find, in that you need to provide what and it is required, and the data type will be variant. Then the after, which is optional, look in, which is optional, look at optional, search order optional, search direction optional, match case optional, match byte optional, search format optional. So these are the 9 parameters which comes into the find method. I'm just showing all these options of methods here just because I have used in the find methods for finding the last cell of the column, wherein I have used the mandatory, that is what method, as asterisk finding, and then the after as comma, look in as comma, look at as comma, and then search order and then search direction. The search order, as I have used Excel by columns, and for search direction I use Excel previous row. So we will see practically, then you will come to know what I am talking about. So after this session you will learn how to find the last used cell and how to copy the filtered data and paste it in another sheet. First we will go to the Excel workbook. Here you can see the column 1 has the numerical, that is the serial numbers, and then column B has the numbers. And here our task is to filter out all the values having the value 20 in column B. So you can see, especially I have mentioned the values 20 in few rows so that it can be filtered out. So our task is to filter out all the values in column B having value 20, and then copying those value in the worksheet sheet 2. As you can see, in sheet 2 there is no value. So I'll show you how to do this. So first of all, we'll go to the Visual Basic editor. Just click on Visual Basic tab. Now you can see I have already written the subroutine filter and copy. So here what I have done, I'm just gonna explain you. So first of all, I have declared one variable like last line as long. So as we are going to find out the last cell, so it could be anything. That means as Excel 2010 has the rows 10,78,476. So because of that I have declared the variable last line as long data type, because integer has the limitation of 32,000 something. So the second line of code is assigning the value to the last line. So how I am assigning the last line is equals to column 1. Column 1 is nothing but the column 1, that is column A. And then you can see I have used the range find method, and here you can see this is the what, that means it is the required one which we are going to find. So here I have used the star, that means it is not going to find anything, but it's going to find the last used range cell. And then as we have used, we can see after means the cell after which you want the search to begin. So for that, it's as it is optional, so I have just leave it blank but as we have used the last two options here, so to use the last two options and prior to that whatever the options are there we need to mention. So as in this case those are optionals, but we need to place the comma over here so that the order for those options are mentioned here. And after that we have used the Excel by columns and Excel previous, that means search order and search direction. So search order is Excel by column, so we have used this one, that is Excel by columns. And prior to that you can see look at, look in and after, these are the optional. So we have placed 1, 2 and 3, that is after, look in, look at. So this is for after, this is for looking, and this is for look at. And after that we have used the search order and search direction. So this way we have used the code for finding out the last used row. And after that I have just written the code for filtering the data. So as I have used here the range A to B, that means from column A to column B, the entire column A to B. Dot auto filter, this is the code which will filter the data. And then we have mentioned here the field equals to 2, that means by which field you are going to filter the data. So here in this case field 2, meaning the in column B we will filter out the data as 20. So criterial 1 equals to 20. So if there are more criterial, then you can mention criterial 2, criterial 3. So we will see in the later session more elaborately for the filter and the find. Now here we can see, so here we are using only the one filter for criterial 20, that means we are going to filter out the data value 20 in column B. So whatever the rows with 20 is there in the data will be filtered out, so only those rows will be displayed. And then after that I have used range A to colon B, and after that you can see I have used the ampersand and, that is the concatenating and then the variable last line. So herein the value of the last used cell has been stored. So I'm just mentioning the range, starting range A2 and then B and the last line, that means the value stored in the last line variable. So A2 to B the last line. And then you can see the spatial cells, and under the spatial cell you can see in bracket Excel cell type visible dot copy, meaning this is the spatial cells is the method wherein we are passing the parameter as Excel cell type visible. That means it will only copy the visible cells. Only the visible cells will get copied to the clipboard. And after that I'm doing sheet 2 dot range A1 dot paste spatial, meaning I'm just pasting the copied value, the visible cells copied value from sheet 1 to sheet 2 in cell A1. So starting from range A1. So this way we will write a code for copying, for filtering the data and then copying it and pasting it to another sheet. Now we will run it and see how each line of code is getting executed. So first, for running any macro, any subroutine line by line, we use F8 key. So here we will use F8 key, F8. So execution is initiated at subroutine filter and copy, and after that it's gone to the last line and it has passed. That means it has executed the second line. Now we will see what is the value stored in last line. So for looking at the last line value, just HOR on the last line, you can see the last line equals to 26. That means the value, the last use cell value is 26. Now again press F8. Now you can see here the data is filtered now with the value 20. Then again just press F8. Now the code of copying the visible cells got executed. Now we will see in the Excel workbook. Here you can see the all visible cells is copied. Now just press F8 and then press F8 again. Now the filter and copy subroutine has executed and ended. That means the macro has done its task of filtering and copying the visible cell to the sheet 2. Now we will see in sheet 2. As you can see in sheet 1, the row 6, 10, 15 and 20, that is 5, 9, 14 and 19 is copied to 5, 9, 14 and 19 is copied to sheet 2. So this way we can write a macro for filtering the data set and then copying the visible cells value of the filtered data and pasting it to any of the another sheet. So this way we have seen here how to filter the data, how to find the last use cell and how to copy the visible cells to another sheet. Thank you viewer.